So, day 5 of the 2026 PDC World Darts Championship begins tomorrow, but tomorrow at the time of recording, today, whilst the video will be uploaded, I'm just basically deciding to pre-record a few videos basically and make sure that they're recorded, so I don't have to worry about not being able to record it on the morning. So of course, day 5, Monday, 4 more days till my birthday, 10 more days till Christmas. Let's get into some predictions. First game then, Brendan Dolan against Tavis Dudney. Now, Brendan at the World Championships is a different animal. You know, we see the best of Brendan Dolan at either the World Cup or the World Championship. And I generally think the history maker could go on a bit of a run should like the matches and the draws open up for him. I think he beats Tavis pretty comfortably. Going to go with 3-0. Cameron Menzies against Charlie Manby. Again, I think this one could go either way, but I assume that Cammy will win this one. Not comfortably. I'm going to go 3-1. Going to give Charlie Manby a set, in my opinion. Excuse the wind. It's proper windy right now. But I'm going to go for the Scot, Cameron Menzies, to win 3-1. Mensur Suljovic against David Cameron of Canada. This one, to be fair, if a lot of people don't watch this one, I could probably understand. I think it's going to be a bit of a slow game, one that may not be as exciting as a lot of games gone by and upcoming. Now, Mensur Suljovic has been a very good player in the last, 5-10 years ago. Well, 10 years ago, I'd say Mensur Suljovic was probably a top 10 player, and obviously just sort of digressed since then, hasn't he, really? But David Cameron, the Canadian qualifier, don't think David Cameron gets through. I'm going to go 3-1 to Mensur Suljovic. I think that the gentle wins. 3-1. Peter Wright versus Noah Lynn van Leuven. Now, 3-0 Peter Wright. Straight away, Peter Wright to win 3-0. Yes, he's had difficult moments in his career last few years, Peter Wright. Yes, he's had setbacks. Yes, he's been on the end of upsets, nearly on the end of even more upsets, but I think that Snakebite knows that he could have a good run here, potentially get to the last 16 quarterfinals and really sort of boost his confidence again, and I think he beats Noah Lynn van Leuven 3-0. So I've gone Brendan Dolan 3-1 over Tavis Dudney. No, I went 3-0, didn't I? 3-0 over Tavis Dudney. Cameron Menzies 3-1 over Charlie Manby. Mensur Suljovic 3-1 over David Cameron, and Peter Wright 3-0 over Noah Lynn van Leuven. Let's have a look at the evening session. The evening session for today, obviously I'm recording this on Sunday night. Martin Lukeman, Max Hopp. Max Hopp played really well at the Players' Championships against Gezi Price. Lost in the end, but promising from the Maximizer, someone who I think never really lived up to potential. Martin Lukeman, of course, got to the final of the Grand Slam a couple of years ago. Played really well in that tournament as well, grew into the tournament as it went on. I think this one is going to go smash his way. I'm going to go 3-1 Martin Lukeman. Dirk van Duijvenbode, Andy Batens, game 2. Now, as much as Dirk van Duijvenbode isn't in form, I don't think he's in form at all. He takes on Andy Batens, of course, former WDF world champion Andy Batens, the Belgian. I do think actually this one is going to be quite tight. I'm going to go all the way. I think it's going to be Dirk van Duijvenbode 3, Andy Batens 2. And I think that Dirk just about sneaks through. Andy Batens is a good player. Obviously, you don't win a world championship. Yes, the WDF, but you don't win a world championship if you're bad. Johnny Clayton, Adam Lipscomb. Johnny Clayton, probably one of the best players in the world right now. Hence, the Welsh number 1, 5th seed going into this. Does Adam Lipscomb have a shock in him? The answer is yes, he does have it in him, but can he produce it over 5 sets? I'm not too sure. I'm going to go 3-1 to Johnny Clayton. I think the Ferret is going to seize the opportunity in this tournament. Starts off with a comfortable-ish game against Adam Lipscomb. Obviously, you won't take him for granted at all, but I'm going to go 3-1 to the Ferret. And then the final game of the night, Connor Scott, Simon Whitlock. Connor Scott, a big dark horse for a lot of players. Simon Whitlock, a massive throwback for a lot of players. Again, I'm actually going to go for another last set decider, 3-2. But this time I'm going to go in favour of Connor Scott. I was going to go Simon Whitlock and go with Hart, but I'm going to go with my head and go for Connor Scott to win by 3-2. He is the better player. I know Simon Whitlock recently won the Australian Premier League of Darts, but I'm going to go Connor Scott to win. So I've got Martin Lukeman 3-1, Dirk van Duijvenbode 3-2, Johnny Clayton 3-1, and Connor Scott 3-2. Let me know your thoughts down below. Day 5 predictions. Like I said, I am pre-recording, but doesn't really matter. Speak to you in the next video. Thanks for watching.